and then you wait for so long, but he's just one guy in the free world that's got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The minute we stop this, aren't we back to chasing our tail again?
Well, yes, but that's the thing. That's why they're trying. Like, okay, obviously, okay, Easter falls at 17 days from now. I've already done the math. It's like 16, 17. And Trump wants to lift that 15 days, which would be the exact minimum amount to quarantine if you potentially have it. And that's why they're also trying to convince people to stay home, because if you do maybe have it, and if you're already kind of self-quarantined and then you become sick, then you already have been quarantined. You can just continue your quarantining from there, which is why they're really trying to shoot for everything to be halted for 3 weeks. They're like, no, let's try to do 21 days, which goes after Christmas, which goes after Trump's supposed proposed timeline that I think professionals actually think will work. And not a single medical professional has said, yes, we think that's possible. They're like, no, we really think we're still being optimistic at 3 weeks. We might need to wait and really hunker down 4 or 5 weeks. And that's why people are like, okay, that goes to the next rent cycle already, 4 or 5 weeks. So they're not even wanting to open that can of worms because we're not there yet. But they're going to have to. And it's like, what are you going to do? Just keep bailing everybody out until this is gone? But like you said, but you can't expect everybody to stay home.
The only way I could feasibly imagine killing this virus is if literally everyone, every single person in a family, I go upstairs, my wife's downstairs, my kids are, one kid's in the basement, one kid's in the shed. We all live like that for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could foresee actually making this virus go extinct. Like,
no
one leaves their little hut, doesn't touch a thing.
Yep.
For 3 weeks.
Yep.
But I don't think that's possible.
Well, yeah. Well,
you'd have to eat. You'd have to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to tell my kids, here's 2 weeks worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck.
Well, but that's what they say. Well, that's why they say you can still go to the grocery store, but try to limit it. They're saying limit to try to go once a week. When you guys go, everyone try not to buy obscene amounts. Like, if we all don't buy crazy amounts, we'll still have a decent supply for everybody to have enough week to week. But it's, if we're, oh my God, I'm going to buy, 40 cans of kidney beans when they only brought in 80 for the day, you bought half the supply. And then, everyone else is shit out of luck behind you.
Well, it's a good thing they finally limited that toilet paper and paper towel stuff to 2 things.
Well, yeah, that's what they should have done all along. But man, even 2 things, like we went to Crest, we got 36 rolls. And that's the funny thing. We usually do this all the time at Crest. We go in there, it's 2 for $9. It's 18 pack, but they're not like mega rolls. They're just normal rolls. There's 18 of them. So you get 36 rolls for $9. But we went and bought that, and I remember some people looking at us like, oh, we're hoarding it. But it was like, no, like that. Crest, notoriously, they bring in pallet shit, right? They pull a pallet in, like they have a huge back stock. Like they got a huge back stock room, and then they have like 20 or 30 trailers. They have 5 or 6 for Coca-Cola alone. So they always have their product. If it gets blown, they can always refill it because they run so many ads. They don't want people saying, "Hey, you ran out of 12 packs. This is bullshit. I came all that." Nope. They've combated that. They have like an extra pallet of everything you can need, and that's enough. One time, this is 2009. This was, I think, Obama's first year in office. It was like the most booming day for Coca-Cola. Actually, 10. It was summer 2010, I think. Yeah, wait, when was this? I forgot. I didn't work at this. It was 2009. It was going into when I started working for Coke in 2009. But we went to on this senior trip, and we went and we bought 24 packs of Coke at this Crest mega sale for 4th of July. Me and my friends went there. They were running ads. It was like 4 packs, like the cube ones, the big cubes.
Yeah.
It was 2 for $9, but they had a big coupon. It was like minus $1 off each for everyone marked. So then we were getting 2 24 packs for $7. So I dropped probably less than $30 2, 4, 6, 8. I got like 8 or 9. And like I brought like because I told everybody, hey, I'll be in charge of the drinks. And I was like, hey, if you get all the pops and stuff, dude, we'll get all the food. I said, great. That's a great deal. I only spent like $30. That's all. As many. We each had a 24-pack. I literally told everybody, I was like, you guys, we could each have a 24-pack out of the count of. So if you guys want to mix and match and like have your own stock, however you want to do it, but we need to do it like that because we can just go by honor system of, don't over drink them. Don't drink 8 at breakfast. Let's try to ration them. But we ended up not even we got sick of Coke. That's how much we had.
I don't drink soda unless
yeah.
I'm putting rum in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's a much better way to do it.
It's funny though you mentioned just like the say the cultural differences just from where we're like you said I got the pops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh well that. Oh I know. Well that's. I'm going to let you in a little weird history on me is that I'm almost kind of a weird exception to the rule because I worked at the only place in the nation called Pops. It was a soda ranch. And that's what, because people a lot of times call it Coke here. They just say, oh, it's Coke. Everything's Coke. But then they differentiate. But no, I say Pops now, and I get called out a lot for that exact thing. But I have to tell you, I worked at a soda place called Pops, and I was like the manager over all of the glass, because that's what we specialized in. It was like vintage glass soda. And we had over 700 or 800 types. And, it was a blast, but I worked for one of the billionaires of Oklahoma. His name was Aubrey McClendon. He owned Chesapeake. Not worth shit on the stock market now. They're worth like 13 cents. He died the morning he was going to be indicted and go to federal prison for basically money laundering and trading between his 2 companies. Oh, I know. Yeah, he's brilliant. But he got canned for it. And a bunch of guys testified against him. He had this elaborate plan, and he did this, and he was like, ah, fuck. In the morning, he was supposed to be down at 10 o'clock at the courthouse being sent to federal prison. Wrecked, going the opposite way back toward his house in Arcadia, really close to where that place is that I work, Pops, that he owned. He wrecked into this bridge, like going like, it was like 60, 70 miles an hour is what his little black box in his car said. And yeah, he wrecked into a wall and burned to death. His car caught on fire and he burned to death. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no, that's timing everything.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You say that, but no, this is the thing. This guy's so eccentric. I would not be surprised if they just didn't catch his car on fire, really get him to escape the country, like take him to Argentina, like a lot of people think that they did with Hitler, get him the fuck out. And say he died there, but he's really living it up. Because he was a billionaire, dude. He had billions of dollars. Jade connections. I mean, I think it's possible. It's more possible than improbable.
Oh, it's true. You got that kind of money, you can disappear. You can make people disappear.
Yeah, oh, exactly.
Are you still funny? You in a game?
Yeah, well, I wasn't playing some Madden, but since we were just kind of talking and bullshit and I got on a big streak, I didn't want to, just in case I kind of got distracted. But I'm playing Red Dead right now, and I just bought a couple of things for my camp. So the next time my girlfriend comes over, she can see that I've got some extra, bullshit around. I got all the extra seating so people can come to my camp and sit down and smoke cigarettes and cook and hang out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm debating. I'm trying to play one more game here.
Let's see if I can zoom out and kind of take a picture of what I'm looking at here so you kind of understand. I'll take a couple of pictures of my camp. Go let you see me next to my boy. I named my character Gus Chiggins. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Gus Chiggins was a character that Will Ferrell made, and for a sketch that he did. You need to watch it. It's a classic Saturday Night Live clip from like 2001 or something. Have you ever seen the More Cowbell sketch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from like the same season. It was about the same type of comedy, all the same writers, and yeah, it's one of his other classic sketches from about the same time. But he played a prospector, like at the start of the war in Iraq, like when we invaded right after September 11th. It was about like what the Chris Kattan was up there. And he's like, "All right, guys, we're about to go on mission. Everybody stay sharp. Let's go out there." And Jimmy Fallon was in the audience. Seth Meyers was in the audience. You know, both of those guys have their own night shows now. Tracy Morgan was in that sketch. Horatio Sands. Yeah, Will Ferrell. Had everybody in that sketch, dude. Chris Parnell. Like you'd recognize everybody as soon as you watched it. But yeah, he played an old prospector, like an old cowboy, like looking for gold. And they went through everybody's name. They're like Gus Chiggins. He's like, "Hey here, I'll be here, and I'll show you the way through the quicksand and the, just." But that's what I named my character as Gus Chiggins. Is the point. But I got it before anyone else was able to name their character Gus Chiggins. So he's like, because I bought this game and played the beta like immediately. So I was like, "Yep, I'm putting my, forever name to be Gus Chiggins on here, so no one else can take it."
Did you ever see Will Ferrell's SNL like audition tape?
Yeah, whenever he did, what was it? He did get off the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that sketch?
That was kind of funny. With he's yelling, "God damn, get down!"
Well, that's a great. Well, that one of my friends, he's really an improv, and he went to acting school, and he said that sketch in particular, he says, is one of his favorites because you can really it takes a lot to paint that good of a picture that Will Ferrell does, being just audibly painting it, not having any props.
Oh yeah.
He's acting like he's on the grill. He's like, "Hey, wait, yeah, hey, Thad, or whatever. Hey, Todd, get off the shed." Starts yelling, and it paints the picture perfectly. I feel like I know exactly what he's looking at, and you're laughing because you kind of relate to it. And then you're like, "Wait a second, he's just literally just bullshit."
Yeah, there was definitely no watching of the SNL in my house. Not with my dad.